Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. In this video, we're going to break down the new sub-$1,000 race suit from REV'IT for 2012. This is called the Bullit. The Bullit is the complement to the Stingray and the Tarmac. It is what they're considering their entry-level suit, but it's definitely no slouch from both a performance, comfort, and feature standpoint. If we look at it, you're looking at REV'IT Premium Cowhide. It's Monaco Cowhide, 1.2 to 1.4 race grade. You're also looking at a nice update in style for this suit. So in the past, we had the CR, we've had some different flavors that have come and gone. I think they're really homing in on what the American market's looking for here. We have nice punctuation. This is the black and white version. There's an all black version, and there's also a black and white version that has red accents that I actually wish we had you in today because it's my personal favorite out of the three. Now, if we look at it, you're looking at a lot of things that REV'IT's been doing well for a long time here with the race suit. So you see main construction with appropriately placed Kevlar stretch panels that are going to offer stretch, some flexibility, as well as breathability. From a sizing standpoint, it's what we've come to expect from REV'IT as well. Jason's a 40-inch chest, 175 pounds, 5'10". He's wearing a 50. He typically can swing back and forth between a 48 and a 50 in race suits, and the 50 is going to fit him just fine here, which is what we'd expect to see from REV'IT at this price point. Because typically, sometimes you want a race suit to fit a bit more snug, but sometimes as you go up the range in both price and investment, the pre-shape can change a little. It can become a bit more aggressive, and we would expect a 50 to fit Jason here, and it does quite well. Looking at the cuffs, auto-locking YKK zippers. Obviously, the suit is either double or safety stitched everywhere. Nice nuances here for the Bullit going into 2012. Neoprene at the cuffs. This is a nice comfort feature. Leather tends to dig in depending on if it's where it is on the suit. So lateral side of your arms are going to get impressed upon by a race gauntlet. The neoprene cuff is going to come into play. When you're in the race position, you're going to see that cuff come into play across the neck and the back of the neck especially. It's not going to bite you there. It's a nice touch. You know, if we look at some of the other features, when I spin Jason around, I'm going to talk about the hydration pack, which is an optional accessory, but it's pre-wired for the suit, which is actually nice as well. I will home in on the mesh lining on this suit is non-removable. It's one of the things that if I'm going to nitpick, I think that's the thing I'm going to nitpick at, that I would like to see them have a fully removable liner even at their $1,000 price point going forward. Turn that way for me, Jason. Armour in this guy, CE rated pro-life armor. It's going to be a step up than what we see at the entry level from a lot of the competing suits. So it's a nice armor. It's very comfortable, all encompassing here at the shoulder as well as at the elbow and forearm. And you can see how far it goes down. It gives you great coverage. You also have an elasticated stretch panel here on the back. One of the things that I personally like about Armour, that's going to be that upgraded armor, is ProLife's going to be asymmetrical. When you look at bilateral symmetry that comes into play on the human body, certain things like elbows and forearms are the same shape on both sides. But when you get into the shoulders, from an ergonomic standpoint, a different piece of shaped armor as it relates to the terrain that you'd be attacking, or as it relates to your body's relative to position to the racetrack, you can shape it different ways that it can fit well, it can perform well from a comfort standpoint, but be more protective than something that's just going to be symmetrical on both sides. If we look at the back, big elasticated stretch panel here. You have an elasticated stretch panel yoke that starts around kind of where your serratus muscles would be, and then strips down around the back of your lower back. Turn backwards for me, Jason. Neoprene at the cuff that we talked about, vented race hump that's going to have some punctuation to create a Venturi effect. Remember, you can buy the REV'IT HydroPack hydration system secondarily and add it onto the suit. You'd access the hump through the inside. Hit the race position for me, Jason. Notice how the shoulder blade stretch panels as well as the lower back stretch panel immediately comes into play. We do have some temper foam areas as well, if you can see it here underneath his arm on both sides. Again, I think that adds a cool style, but it's also some more light protective temper foam there that's going to aid in an impact. And notice the way that they've designed this suit, they're trying to keep as many of the seams as they can away from the high impact areas, which would typically be the outsides or lateral sides of your body. You can come back around for me, Jason. Now, moving down towards the front, we're going to work at the waist and work our way down. We talked about the Kevlar stretch panels for both flexibility as well as for additional breathability. We have nice big punctuated panels here on the thighs, elastication at the top of the knees. Here's one of my favorite pieces about the Bullit. I think REV'IT's assuming that when you start to look at more expensive race suits in that $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 and up price point, that you're going to find a suit that might be aggressively pre-shaped or a little bit more tuned between the manufacturers to fit your body. What REV'IT's taken into account here is that while we still have pro-life armor in the knee that goes down the shin, it's adjustable. The pocket is adjustable. We haven't seen that on any other race suits from REV'IT. I think we only have 1 or 2 suits in the whole RevZilla family of suits that we carry that have adjustable knee armor. It's a very welcomed addition at a suit that's at a price point that it's going to be, it's a big step up from what the entry-level track day rider would get, but it's also not a pro-level suit, so everyone could afford it. So if we look here as well, dual compound knee sliders that are replaceable that are included. If we look, Jason, do me a favor, turn on a 45-degree that way. Come down here on the cuff. I've nitpicked it a couple times with REV'IT. I'd like to see them go to a design, you know, where the bottom of the cuff becomes maybe a different neoprene, non-chafing, or a little thinner material, so it's easier to go in and out of a boot. But again, I'm nitpicking. I think bang for the buck wise, this is a lot of suit for the money, and it's a very premium assortment of features that are rolled into something that someone that is spending a good amount of time on the track could probably afford. Turn backwards for me, Jason. I want to show the backs of the legs. Notice the Kevlar stretch goes down. You have additional punctuation under the seat. We have reinforcement around the tailbone, coccyx protection. Again, it's reinforcement of temper foam that's built in. And here is going to be my auto-locking YKK zipper that's going to allow me for easy in and out on the back of the calf. I got to love the short socks today, Jason. It's a home run all around. Turn back around for me. So if you have any questions about the REV'IT Bullit suit, don't hesitate to shoot us a line either on fit or features, how it stacks up within the REV'IT lineup, how it stacks up within some of the other suits in a similar price point that we carry here at RevZilla. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. We want to hear your feedback. Love it or hate it, what your initial reaction is to it. Leave us a comment on Facebook, on YouTube, and you can always subscribe to us on RevZilla TV on YouTube. And we will, as we update our new videos every week, we'll make sure you know about them via email. As always, the Bullit's over $1,300. Ship for free, exchange for free, no restock fee if you need to send it back, and you can always earn TeamZilla cash on any order over $100 to help you save money in the long run. Thanks for watching RevZilla TV and our detailed breakdown of the new for 2012 REV'IT Bullit race suit available at RevZilla.com/REV'IT. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.